Hey guys, welcome back. All right, the simple fact is that when someone needs a doctor, an appointment, you don't want to wait. You know how that is, or you can't wait, quite frankly, for several days. Every day, thousands of people are trying to call their doctors to request anything from a medical appointment, ask a question to one of the techs over there, get a prescription renewed. Unfortunately, many people, you may have experienced this yourself, you have to kind of hold on long times listening to that music or whatever they're playing, or you get turned off by the long wait to see the specialist. So you just kind of give up. Well, there is a group called ZocDoc. It's helping patients and the doctors no more long wait times for patients and a more efficient use of time for doctors' offices. The founder and CEO of ZocDoc, Cyrus Massoumi, did I say that right?
Absolutely.
He's here now. All right, Cyrus. So first of all, tell us, what is ZocDoc? Why is it called ZocDoc? And how long have you guys been around?
Sure. So ZocDoc's 4 years old, and what we're the most convenient way to find a doctor who accepts your insurance and book an appointment instantly online. So the company started because I actually had a hard time finding a doctor 4 years ago, and I thought that in this day and age where we do everything in our life on the internet, finding a doctor when you need one can oftentimes be the most important thing in your life. Mm-hmm. So being able to find one with a click of a mouse, etc., was really important. So I quit my job and started ZocDoc.
And why is it called ZocDoc?
It's called ZocDoc because when we started the company, we thought we wanted to be called doctors.com. And they wanted quite a bit of money for that domain name.
I'm sure.
And ZocDoc was available for $6, which, given that we were using our life savings to start the company, it seemed like a practical move. And we named it ZocDoc and never looked back.
So there's no real rhyme or reason to it.
But one of my co-founders is Oliver, and I'm of course Cyrus. So we have an O and a C, and we just wanted a third co-founder who had a Z in their first name, but we have a Nick instead.
Okay, so ZOCDOC
exactly.
is the spelling.
Yeah.
Okay, so how does this work though? First of all, how many doctors do you have? And do I have to sign up to the website and pay a fee to become a member?
Sure. So ZocDoc is completely free for patients to use. They just come in, type in what insurance they have, and they automatically see a list of times that are available, and they can book an appointment with a click of a mouse, just like buying a book on Amazon. For doctors, they pay a monthly fee of $250 per doctor per month, and we integrate to the doctor's schedules so we know in real time whether or not the doctor's available. So ultimately, in terms of the number of appointments, so ZocDoc is available right now in 10 cities. Mm-hmm. We're in the process of expanding nationwide. And the way we look at it is actually number of available appointments. And we have nearly 5 million, I think over 5 million available appointments over the next 90 days available on ZocDoc right now.
Okay, so if you're talking about 10 cities, what are those cities?
So New York, D.C., San Francisco, Chicago, Dallas, L.A., Houston, Phoenix, Philadelphia, and Atlanta.
So you have all the biggies, and you're trying to expand that.
Exactly.
So if the doctors are paying $250 a month to be listed on your website, how do you vet the doctors? I mean, you assume that these are all legitimate doctors.
It's a great question. Ultimately, there's a couple of ways. Number one, before a doctor comes on ZocDoc, we fully credential them. So we go through, make sure their board certifications are accurate, make sure that their licenses are accurate, etc. Number two, we actually have a review system, which is pretty unique to ZocDoc, because though there are other sites that have reviews on the internet, what's unique about our reviews is we actually know that the patients who left the review went to the doctor. They had to have actually gone to the doctor through ZocDoc before they can leave the review. So there's less chance for any sort of errors or gaming of the system as a result of that. And so it's another helpful way for people to figure out which doctors they want to go to.
So we can actually go, like say if I go and you set me up and you say that Dr. Johnson is a great doctor for an optometrist, let's say.
Yeah.
And there may be some reviews on Dr. Johnson on your website that I can read and say, his office was nice, I didn't have to wait long, like nice music playing.
Exactly.
And ultimately it was clean and the service was great.
Absolutely.
Or what if you weren't pleased with your visit? Are you allowing that to be posted?
Absolutely, as long as it's not slanderous or things that are sort of factually incorrect. Absolutely, put all the reviews live.
Okay, but for instance, if I did have a bad experience and I felt like the equipment there wasn't clean, the staff wasn't friendly, and I wouldn't go back again, would you allow me to put that up there in the site as well?
Absolutely.
And then suddenly that Dr. Johnson may now stop paying that $250 per month to be on your site.
What's made our service really compelling for patients is we put patients first in everything that we do. So even if you look at the kinds of doctors that we brought on in the early days of ZocDoc, they weren't the doctors that were the easiest for us to get. They were primary care doctors, the ones that are actually the hardest to get. We could have made more money perhaps by doing something else, but we went after and solved the patient need. And I think as a result of solving the patient need in everything that we do, if you go and read sort of Twitter feeds of ZocDoc, and if you look at our sort of brand perception scores, et cetera, you'll find that the net promoter scores of ZocDoc are among the highest of any company. And it's a result of our putting patients first in everything that we do. And so if a, God forbid, if a bad doctor is on the service, we're not inclined to want them to stay on.
Right.
We want to do what's in the patient's best interest because we're building what we believe is a great company and a great service, and we want everyone to have a great experience.